Excuse me, I've been traveling, well, not exactly through time, but through timelessness. And it's so great to see you all. My name is Yeshua. For those of you who might think of me as Joshua, I've dissolved into my original form. So I hope you don't mind that. That might be more how you see me in the future or in the past. So anyway, I have a little timeless traveler's kit here, and I like to carry it around to give people a better sense of what my poetry really comes from, or what it feels like, or how it smells, or how it tastes. You see, poetry may be words, but that's not really where it comes from. You see, it comes from something we can touch, something we can remember, something we can feel. And words themselves, that's where they come from, even written language itself. Written language itself was simply us reaching out to the divine in magical ritual and needing to write it down, needing to find ways of keeping track of all of these crazy experiences, right? So, you know, I try to, when I show people my poetry, I try to show them a little bit of my travels throughout time. For example, I've been to Morocco. I learned about this instrument. It's called a kalimba. And, you know, I've even been to the Montreal World Fair back in 1967. And then my sister sent me this lavender from France while I was away. You see, there are so many things we can learn from the way that it actually feels and touches. And I know that in other lifetimes I've had the pleasure of sharing things with you. But tonight I want to give you something that is wholly me. Yes, I am sacred. Yes, I am fully with you. But I am full of holes. I am holy. And I'm going to go all the way in with you. I may have broken your heart, but I wrote you this. Wherever the boots I wear down, where your soul supports my stance, there's a chance you are listening. Can you hear crystals crush beneath them before my tears liquefy their lattices? In a trance, you might see just how warmly I cry about you. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Life in duality. The signs seamlessly seem to be beaming between us, sighing so I can see secret forces straight through the fortress of stone cast around me. Whisper long, cut short. Me so resistant to freeing my lungs, you so accustomed to guarding your heart. There are many ways to write something that spare its revelations. Yet just as it wakes graces to crave stimulation over stimulants, so too does it take patience to make shift of a shapeshifter's hints. That is why I'm out here, camping in the cold, digging up old spearheads and shield mounts where fear bled as fear counts the days until swastikas flip back clockwise when those hard states of mind finally melt away. See, artifacts are solidly scattered and lonely, admittedly like me. In between the shivers I quiver with questions like, how deeply must you demonize me just to justify your heartbreak? The only thing she doesn't tell is what it takes. For maiden-made laws are the awestruck incisions that history keeps hidden, even as it soaks in the sap that drips from her slips. Yes, the loam is her womb, and its tombs are her loom. For the seeress is a seamstress twining threads of fate, those silver-lined traits embedded in the slivers, over under covering serpentine slithers, digging diggers after daggers in the ditch which turn back to biofacts, all in due fall. After all, you are proof that I am holy. More than every collision I've avoided, far beyond every bad investment I've avoided, far beyond the pardons I have fortune to redeem. Even the wind seems in deep sleep on the verge of mortal purchase. Yes, as my urge to write it down derives from intergenerational intuition, indivisible divination, when cryptic quiet merges to script as if etchings in the bark inhaled that airspace. You see, Elder Footark marked in ciphers and rubbed them to spark fires, which led us to forget wood. And in turn, you siphoned off my vices and dubbed them dismembered embers bound to become soil. I'd have to be dead to forget that. Or maybe not even then. For though curves may not last against the grains of long-lost trees, these roots you stitched to my shadows hallow two wells to one spring. Shrinking tree rings in the gallows, pulverizing powders with adaptogenic powers I could study for hours and hours, following the curves of your divine physique. Those are imprints in space-time that'll never dry up, for whenever they freeze, I'll cry by you, about you again. Until ruptures in communique, flustered gusts of ancient waves eventually dissolve. See, mystery sings for solutions. They're ineffable evolutions. Picture perfect pitch. Picture perfect pitch, flying star to star, carving dots from knot to knot. That is how it dreams we are. Intense intent with no pretensions, no past demands, no shook up chances, only hooks and branches, planting our enchantments in the ashes of ancients. But we are nascent. It takes patience. And I, for one, am willing to wait. Now, as it so happens, I made this little book. It's called Runic. I know there was a lot there. I'm still learning what it means. If you want to learn more, come ask me about the book. And it's so fitting to have been a time traveler, or, well, sometimes I dream of time, timeless traveler. Because I have some friends that I brought from outer space. They're called Makers of Sense. And they're going to give you something that you've never heard before. So it's a great pleasure to be with you all, and I hope to catch you on the flip side of my heart. Peace.